The first time I tried this dish was during our trip to Hawaii early last year. It was so good, I knew I had to find a recipe for it. I searched online for garlic butter shrimp and found a few recipes. I'm not an experienced cook, so I like recipes that are super simple, don't need a lot of ingredients, and are easy to follow. That's why I went with the recipe from Bare Feet in the Kitchen. Her recipe quickly became my favorite, though I did add one ingredient to make it my own. What I love about garlic butter shrimp is that it's so easy to make, it doesn't need a lot of ingredients, but it's full of flavor and always turns out amazing. The hardest part is peeling the shrimp, unless you're really good at it. You can also cook it with the shells on if you want. I've done that a couple of times when I was in a rush, and honestly, it doesn't make much difference. The recipe measurements are for 2 pounds of peeled shrimp, but I don't have anywhere near that amount. I use the same measurements whether I have 2 pounds, 1 pound, or even half a pound or less. The only difference with less shrimp is that they'll be swimming in extra butter, which I don't mind. It just means more buttery sauce to pour over rice or pasta. It's a good idea to adjust the salt measurement slightly, as it might end up being a bit too salty if you're using less shrimp. I peeled the shrimp earlier but didn't film the process because it takes a bit of time. As I peeled, I used a strainer to drain any excess water. Now, I'm drying the shrimp by laying them out in a single layer on a paper towel. I'll cover them with another paper towel to soak up as much moisture as possible. If the shrimp aren't properly dried before cooking, they'll release liquid into the pan. Instead of soaking in the rich butter, they'll end up swimming in their own juices, which will dilute the flavor. I'm gently pressing the shrimp to help the paper towel absorb more moisture. I'll leave them wrapped in the paper towel until I'm ready to cook them. The recipe calls for 6 cloves of garlic, but I like to use a little extra to really enhance the flavor. I'm a big fan of garlicky food. Removing the end of the garlic isn't necessary, but it's something I'm just used to doing. I'm going to use a garlic press to mince the garlic. It's fast, simple, and gets the job done. Sorry, I thought I recorded the part where I minced the garlic with the garlic press, but I just realized I forgot to hit the record button. I'm finally chopping the curled leaf parsley. Half of it will be added to the pan while cooking, and the rest will be used to garnish. Either Italian parsley or curly leaf parsley works fine. I'm using curly leaf parsley because that's what I have in the fridge. This small lemon should give me 2 tablespoons of juice needed for the recipe. I'm making sure to squeeze every drop of juice from the lemon. I have a mix of 1/4 teaspoon of ground black pepper and half teaspoon of kosher salt. If you're using table salt instead of kosher salt, be sure to adjust the amount. Table salt is finer and saltier than the kosher salt, so it's better to use a little less. I have 1 tablespoon of Italian seasoning here. Italian seasoning usually contains basil, thyme, oregano, and rosemary. Some blends may also include parsley, marjoram, red pepper flakes, and garlic powder. Here's 1/4 cup of butter, cut into small cubes so it melts faster. I'll use a cube or 2 at the beginning to cook the garlic. 1/4 cup of butter is more than enough for the amount of shrimp I'm going to cook, but trust me, the flavor of this dish really comes from the butter. If you don't mind the extra calories and cholesterol, you'll definitely want your rice or pasta to soak up the sauce. Let's get cooking. I'm melting a few cubes of butter to cook the garlic over medium-high heat. It's time to add the garlic. I'm going to cook the garlic until it releases that delicious garlicky smell. It doesn't take long. Be sure not to burn it. That smells good. Now it's time to add the shrimp. I'm laying the shrimp in a single layer to make sure they cook evenly. I'll flip them later before adding the other ingredients. I'm turning the shrimp to cook the other side. Sprinkling the salt and pepper mixture over the shrimp. The rest of the butter goes in. When the butter melts, I'll add the lemon and Italian seasoning. Then I'll turn off the stove and let the leftover heat finish cooking. I'm adding the lemon now. Next is the Italian seasoning. Butter is already tasty, but that won't stop me from adding more flavor. See what I mean by swimming in butter? This is going to taste amazing with my rice. Pure buttery goodness to soak it up. Feel free to adjust the amount of butter based on the amount of shrimp you're cooking. Keep in mind that the measurements I used were for 2 pounds of shrimp, which is why there's plenty of extra butter. I'll stir in half of the parsley and I'm done. See how quick and easy it is to cook this dish? By the way, I turn off the heat before adding the parsley. Now that the shrimp is on a serving plate, I'll finish it off by garnishing with the rest of the parsley. Here's the garlic butter shrimp, a dish that's perfect with pasta or rice. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and share your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, like, comment, and share this video. Once again, thank you and have a great day. Happy cooking!